Good evening, everyone. It is 2 nights before a final. We're all happy. Well, I say that, but we've still got to do at least one game before we get there first. And that is going to be a bit of therapy, but then we're going to have a nice bit of cheer on the way to there. But as always, welcome to Scarfey Spurs Talks. It is a match preview show. It is a match review show as well. But as always, I'm joined by a wonderful panel of guests. So first but not least, Travis, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, really well. Thank you, Kallum. Thank you for having me back on tonight. Rachel, I know we've met a long time ago. I was saying it's Kallum on one of my first podcasts when Harry first invited me on, I think. And Ian, always good to see you back on, buddy. I can't say I'm not jealous for you getting the 2 tickets. I think it's a bit fishy going on now. I think you've been on like an illegal website or something to get them, but there we go. But I hope you have a brilliant time, man. Hopefully we can get
bring
a
that
decent
trophy
result
home, mate.
and bring that trophy home.
Otherwise, I'm going to hunt you down.
Well, talking of hunting people down, we did have to hunt Rachael down because she didn't know what day it was or what week it was. Yet she's been the most excited out of all of us for the trophy. So, Rach, you finally made it. How you doing, love?
I'm fine. I'm absolutely buzzing, but I am nervous. Don't get me wrong. I am very, very nervous. Like me and my husband was talking about it earlier on, and it really can go either way. We're both poor. But we're not in a good shape. I just hope we've got the right frame. We have the right players out on that pitch, and we go out there not thinking it's a cup final, and don't go all nervous. We just go out there and give our all.
No, exactly.
And gets the right team that he knows 100% that go out there and put a show on.
No, exactly, Rach. Exactly. Right, I will bring in Ian and then I'll come to Billy. So, Ian, you have managed to get hold of some tickets. We are speculating that it is part of an Iranian arms deal. We do think that you've traded something with Tehran, maybe some AK-47s. You've got the tickets. If Ian's tech does go down tonight, it will be an EMP blast and a Predator drone from the CIA. So, Ian, where's your dodgy tickets getting you? Because I've heard it's in the toilets at the moment for how much you paid for them.
No, I'm told that there are seats actually facing the pitch. No, they're good seats. Good seats, just through friends of friends.
They won't let you in, mate.
I'm a bit hyper at the moment.
You'll get there, they go, that's fake.
I'm confident. Kallum, I am really confident we're going to do this. I mean, I hear what Rachel's saying, but I mean, I just think that there's a steely determination amongst these players. You know, I look at Romero, and I think we sometimes get the half-baked Romero. I think we'll get the full Monty with Romero and Solanke. I think we got better players, and then we've beaten them 3 times this season. Let's go out and beat them a 4th.
No, very much appreciated, mate. I hope so. I mean, I hope your tickets do get you into this stadium and then out for some other stadium in Spain, and they could be for anywhere. So we'll believe it when we see the pictures of you turning up there on Wednesday night.
Kallum, they're on the UEFA portal. They're not. They're through UEFA. So I think I'm getting them.
Well, we hope so, mate. We hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, and right, the man, the legend is Billie T. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, man. Great to see everyone. Hi, guys. Hi, Rach. You good, Rach?
I'm good, you, Bill?
First time we've ever streamed together, man. I'm buzzing. Rach is one of my heroes.
No, as soon as I see your face, I was like, yeah!
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties today, which is why I've got the Parashi headphones on. So my laptop's fucked. My phone hopefully is going to last for a little bit. If I just randomly go, I haven't been shot by a secret agent, my phone is dead. So I'm just going to go until my phone dies. But I couldn't resist this show, the one before Bilbao with the guys. So yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I was going to say you will probably be doing transfer dealings at this time as well. You've got Angel Gomez on call. You've got the Dom Paratici out scouting for you as well. As long as Johan Langer ain't fucking near it, we'll be all right.
He's got to be the only DOF that would still be making calls in a final, right? He will definitely be have the headphones in on Wednesday. He'll be
If anyone can get any clips of Turin with Juventus in a final, see if he is on his phone and see if they do pop over to him.
Well, this ref is a bit dodgy, isn't he? So hopefully he's making a couple of calls to the ref as well.
Yeah, the bastard got done for match fixing a couple of years back, didn't he? He got like a £400 fine.
Yeah.
So,
and apparently he took a £300 bribe. So I can pay that. I would be happy to pay that.
Well, exactly. I mean,
always get the ref that's dodgy.
Well, remember we had that German ref last time around in the Champions League final who'd only ref German third tier before this, and he got the UEFA Champions League. That was fun.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Didn't go too badly, did it? Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, well, exactly. But before we get on to Bilbao, we have to talk about the game that sort of led us to it. And, well, I would say led us to it. It was the last fixture that had to be moved out of the way, so we at least got a bit of rest time. So let's jump all the way to Villa Park. A nice Friday night, 7:30 kickoff. I don't want to cover too much. I think in terms of the lineup, it was kind of what we expected. With obviously, let me just get my lineup up here. I shall do all the lovely reading for everyone. So it was a lovely lineup of Kinski in goal with Jed Spence, Danso, Ben Davis, and Sergio Reguilon turning up out of some cupboard that he's been locked away in for the rest of the year. It was surprising not to see Timo Werner turn up, but it turns out he is the new Jack Wilshere of Spurs, sitting in the medical room when it comes to that. We went with a midfield of Archie Gray and Pape Matar, with Wilson Odobert, Mikey Moore playing as inverted wingers, with Son Heung-min and Matthias Tell there, with bench options of Vicario, Basuma, Richarlison, Solanke, Brennan Johnson, Pedro Porro, Benton Cole, Dante Casanova, who has just signed a new contract with Spurs in the last week or so, and Kallum Olusesi to start coming into the first team squad. Ian, I'm going to come to you on this one, and I want to make it quick. What did you make of that lineup going to Villa Park on that one, please, mate?
Okay, I have to declare I was playing in a golf tournament, so I didn't see the game. So...
Cool. Ian, we'll leave you with that fault then. I hope your 18 rounds of golf was perfect for you. We all said we had to prepare for this chat tonight, and instead you've let the team down. So, Rach, I'm going to come to you because I know how fucking you would have been looking at this game. What did you think of this lineup?
I was impressed. Like, I thought I was happy. Like the first half, I thought we done really well. I thought we done defending, midfielding. I thought we done really well, and then the second half, typical Spurs. And I just like, I'm looking forward to Monday night. They're just gonna laugh because they know what I'm gonna turn around and say.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, I was only asking your thoughts on the lineup, and we've already had your rundown of the whole freaking game already. It's bloody wonderful, ain't it?
Well, you get that with me. I go straight in with everything.
No, yeah, that's how you got so many kids, weren't it?
That did last week, Bill. That was nasty to me last week.
So was you. You was giving it as good as you could get last week. So that's why you come on here, Rach, because we're all friends and we all have a laugh. So that one, well, after that note, I will compose myself. Right, so obviously a very quiet first half. Not really much to say about Spurs were the better team in that one. But Billy, if I can come to you, Pape Sarr came off at half-time with a slight twinge in the back, and somehow Basuma has gone from being one of our most consistent players in the Europa League to being more of a walking joke when it comes to the Premier League, because realistically he was at fault in some part or another of both goals. I mean, the first one he was nutmegged quite literally. What did you make of that, please, mate?
Firstly, I think it's an absolute joke that Sarr got injured. Like, I just can't believe the amount of luck that we're in. Like, and I don't fully blame Ange for this, because I think you have to put these players on the pitch to get some form. Some of these badly out-of-form players, like with Kulusevski, I think he had to play against Palace because he's, we're desperate for him to get some form, and he gets an impact injury. Then Sarr comes in for him. That's a succession of 4 players now: Maddison, Bergvall, Kulusevski, Sarr. It's insane. And these aren't like the muscle injuries that we saw in January. These are now like contact injuries. Just, I can't believe it. It's just like the luck that we have as a football club is insane. I don't know what we all did in the past life. I'm sure we can all speculate on that for an hour, but whatever it was, it can't be a bit bad to deserve this, man, because this is just, 4 excellent midfielders there gone before this game. But in terms of Basuma, it's like he has have you seen the film Sinners? It's like there's 2 Basumas, one that's playing in the Europa League, one that's playing in the Premier League, and they're both completely different people. Neither of them can shoot, by the way, but still, we won't mention that because he's been excellent in the Europa League and piss poor in the Premier League for a long time now. By the way, I've noticed now that Harry's away for this one. Said about 5 swear words in the last 10 minutes that I've been on. So yeah, I can see that's ramping up. But yeah, I just hope that he does have that Bodo and Frankfurt Basuma that turns up on Wednesday, because yeah, it's like 2 completely different players that we've seen this season. I completely wrote him off. But in Europa League, he's been excellent. Premier League has been terrible.
No, exactly. I mean, if you could ever have one player that would be so split and divides a fan base and actually divides his work rate up between competitions in football, literally that is Basuma this season. It is pretty much summed up straight there and then by it. But once again, Spurs undone by a set piece for the first goal, and then the second goal, well, I'd already switched it off by then, so literally I didn't have a clue what way was up. So Trav, I'm going to come to you quickly, mate. Just talk me through the second Villa goal, because I don't think that Spurs were really knocking on the door to come back into it. Oh, we've just lost Billy, so he must be on a transfer call, so we will excuse him for that. But yeah, so Trav, talk me through that second goal, please, mate.
To be fair, I turned it off in the 80th minute, but I did see, I think it was Konza scored the second goal, didn't he? I think didn't Konza get both goals in that game?
Konza the first one and Kamara the second one.
Kamara, that's it. Kamara, yeah. Yeah, I think with Tottenham, it's just typical ball watching. I couldn't really understand Angie's substitutions with bringing the likes of Bentancur on, etc. Because obviously the game Wednesday night, and obviously there's proof in the pudding that playing teams like Villa, when they've got the likes of Matty Cash on the pitch, he's going to swipe straight through someone like he did with Bentancur, and Bentancur was out for 6 months or whatever it was. But we've got a very renowned thing for ball watching. I mean, it was a great goal. It really was. But I think we kind of gave up. I think we're at that stage in the season now where our season has been so poor that we're kind of just playing games because we have to play games. I mean, what we're 17th in the league now. So yeah, I think I know we all say that Wednesday night's going to be our biggest game of the season massively. But I think with Angie, really frustrated me the other night with the substitutions, because I don't think there was any real need to bring the players on. Obviously, I know Sarr went off with a bit of a twinge in his back, and it's saying it's nothing too significant, which is good because he'll be one of the key players to obviously play Wednesday night. But yeah, why he brought them other players on, I do not know, because I'm sure I weren't the only Tottenham fans sitting there puffing at the bit, panicking, thinking, fucking hell, who's going to get, excuse my French, who's going to get injured next?
I had my hand in my head when I see that. I went, forget this. So what was he doing, mate? I was like, we need them.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was the point. I mean, you just wouldn't do it. I don't know if he's trying to, get players playing so they're ready for Wednesday night. By the way, I just want to add, I personally do not think James Maddison is injured. He's going to play Wednesday night. I've just got.
No, he's injured.
I don't know if he is though. I saw him on that video earlier though, Rach. Getting on the plane with his pillow, and I think someone tweeted saying, "Oh, he's just going for the holiday." No, he's not just going for the holiday. He will be in that midfield. Angie's playing mind games. I can understand Bergvall being injured and Kulusevski. They're two obviously 100% doubts, but Maddison will be in that start 11 Wednesday night.
No,
bookmark that there.
I will bookmark it, and then we'll be here on Monday, and I'll be going, told you
Well,
so.
we've got something to bet tonight. We've got 2 tickets to Bilbao from Ian. We could put them on a bet if you would like. If we say that James Maddison will be in the lineup, Trav, you've got an hour to make it to Bilbao from whatever closest airport you are, or if you've got a Concord in your garden.
Probably sunny Southend, to be fair.
Oh,
But yeah,
fucking hell, that
mate,
really
I'd
inspires
walk there.
confidence.
I'd
That's never
walk
on
there,
time.
mate. I'll pack my little bag now and walk there. Not a problem.
Well, Ian's got a spare ticket. You could go with him. If he can't get in, you could go with him to Alicante for 4 days. So it'd be wonderful. Oh, right. So, obviously, the game did end 2-0. I am sorry for any travelling fans, as always, for Spurs. You guys have stood by them for all this up and down Premier League football. There is only one game left as well after that. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't give a fuck about previewing that at the moment. I'm not going to lie.
All right, I'm live.
It's about that
I'm
time.
on
We're
TV.
15 minutes in.
Yeah.
I think that's enough review for Aston Villa. Anyone fancy talking about Bilbao? Because I think that's why we're all here.
Let's go.
Right,
Go on, Bill.
so we will come straight to the person who has got tickets for it. I know we've all taken a piss out of him, but he is the envy of our eye at the moment in terms of having these tickets. So, Ian, obviously, you've managed to get them tonight as we've been live, which I congratulate you on, sir. It is something that many of us probably haven't seen a final live. I know I personally haven't, but
that frightens me a bit. Do you know that? Because I mean, I'm a bit older than you guys, but I mean, I was at the 71 League Cup final, 73 League Cup final, 74 UEFA Cup final that we lost, 81 Cup final, 82 Cup final, 84 UEFA Cup final.
The Falklands War was on at that point, weren't it, Ian, as well?
Say that again?
The Falklands War was on at that point, weren't it, mate?
Yeah, Aussie played in the semi. We went to history lesson. We went to Villa Park on the Saturday, and Parliament was debating on a Saturday morning whether we were going to war with Argentina, and out came Aussie to play for us in the afternoon against Leicester. That we won 2-0. But that was his last game for Tottenham for some while because he went to. Funnily enough, he went to Paris Saint-Germain on loan, and they obviously weren't the club that they are now. And we didn't see him for a while. Ricky, funnily enough, stayed. It was an odd situation, but interesting times. But no, I've seen a lot of cup finals, but I'm so optimistic. I'm so looking forward to this one. I've not seen us play. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever seen us play abroad live. I'm not sure I have.
I've only been seen us play fucking Asteris Triple S, and that just ends up in a fight.
Does Scotland count? Because I've seen
No.
a few times.
No, I don't.
No, that's literally just across the brick wall. That's all it is. And that brick wall should still be intact. Let's put it that way. The Romans had an idea. Why didn't we keep up with it?
Yeah. So why am I so ridiculously optimistic about this game?
Because we're Spurs fans. We're delusional.
Yeah.
We have so much hope. It just doesn't help that we're playing a team as piss poor as us in this game as well, if not just a bit worse.
I'd rather be playing Man United than Liverpool.
Oh God, yeah. We actually, well, at least when we played Liverpool, we had a half decent team which we could get behind. This team is very much 50-50 in my opinion. But I
think they've got Euro and Xerxes back, by the way.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And Diego Dallo as well. I was reading earlier.
Great. They've got them back. Who have we got? Sarr. That's really helpful.
We've got Timo Werner who's going to make a surprise appearance.
Luckily, he can't. He's not registered. Thank God. But did you see that?
Darren Aaron, I've seen
Darren. Did you see the whole squad has travelled though? Everyone who has made an impact in the
Will Lancashire's there, isn't he? Will Lancashire's on the boat.
Dane Scarlett's there as well.
Kallum,
he's just had surgery.
There's a difference between our clubs and Man United at the moment. What a shitty club they've become. If Will Lancashire was going, Jim Radcliffe would have charged him for the plane ride, the hotel.
I'm going to say I don't get Man United's not meant to have no money, but they just fucked that for a Wolves player.
Yeah.
Mate, they're doing a barbecue if they win. They're not even doing a bus parade. They're doing a barbecue. they can't afford a bus parade apparently. That's
Well,
how
it's
we
all
got to
right.
win this. We have to win this. It doesn't mean anything to them. It means everything to us.
It's all right. Spurs had a barbecue over the weekend, apparently, according to Mickey van der Ven in his GQ interview today.
Oh yeah, they deserve
Everyone
that,
was
didn't
there. Oh, don't. Well, it's all right though. Daniel Levy hasn't given out his watches before going to the
Yeah.
fucking final again. Thank
Oh.
God. But so, Ian, obviously, you are the lucky recipient of them tickets. Before someone steals them off of you, congratulations on that one, mate. I will come to the person who's most likely to steal them off you, Rach.
I knew you would say that.
Obviously, like we discussed last week, I know he was quite hyped for the game when we did do this podcast a week ago. So I know that you was definitely very much excited for it. What's your sort of thoughts leading up to this one? Because we're all giddy, we're still happy. Is that worn off yet or not yet?
Still the same. To be honest, it's my fault. So it's still, like I said, if we could put our brain to it and think with our feet and look what we're doing, I think we could go and I think it'd be very, like I said, I think it's going to be very, very close. I think it's going to, I will say it's going to be 2-1. We do not want penalties.
Oh, God, no.
Because our penalties won't even go in the goal. They go over the wall. Or they go down the beach.
Basuma takes a penalty, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
No.
So we need to get it done in that 90 minutes. That's it. We need to go out there. We need to go and score 2 goals. Then we need to put all our body. Oh, oops. Oops, Davis. Oops. Then we need to put all our defenders in front of that goal.
So it sounds like something fell down in Rachel's house and now a child is crying. So I'm a little bit concerned. If there is anyone from social services watching, don't call yet. We will get clarity on the situation and then provide live updates on this, as it is an ongoing transfer issue, whether we transfer Rachel to a secure unit or not. But until that point, right, and Rach, apparently you've got the red light show going on in your house again. Apparently you do look like you're in Soho.
He's
According
the
to David
same one
Clark.
from last week.
Yeah, I know. He's with us every week. And thank God he's not having a go at me. He's having a go at you this week. So
He must be with copy and pasting that comment.
yeah, he's got back and rewatched it all. Oh, look, the red light just turned on at that same point. There we go.
David Clark's loving it.
He's offering for my tickets. The answer's still no.
Ian,
I'm going to Tottenham.
Well, hopefully
I can't
it's
say too much in case my son's listening.
Well, yeah, I will keep it quiet. Right, Trav, I'm going to come to you on this one, mate. Obviously, we were taking the piss out of each other earlier on the group chat and all that, and saying that we have all been called up in different ways or another. But based on the clips that have been circulating around, it does appear that most, if not all, of the Spurs squad have travelled, who have had an input into the Europa League campaign. Do you think that's quite a good move by the club?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. I think it's going to be quite nice, especially for the youngsters to go. Because I can't remember his name now. When they brought the youngsters on against, it was against AZ, and they scored. I can't remember their names now. That's really bad. But
it was Ajay, Scarlett, and Moore against Elfsborg. Yeah.
Ajay, yeah. So I think for the likes of them, I think it'd be a nice, well, hopefully a nice experience. But yeah, I think that's quite a nice touch. Yeah, and hopefully they might only get some minutes, depending obviously what way the scoreline goes. But yeah, it's like I said before in a previous podcast, you know, these players are hungry. They want to play. You know, they're up for the fight, and that showed obviously when they scored against AZ. It's nice to see Mikey Moore getting some more minutes as well against Villa the other day. I think he is going to be quite a big asset to the club in a couple of years. I mean, he's only 17, isn't he? So he's still really young. But I think the likes of him, Will Lancashire, Donnelly, who I know is obviously on loan at Leyton Orient at the moment. I think yeah, they could be future prospects. So yeah, I think that is quite a nice touch from the club. To be fair, to celebrate properly if we do win, because as Billy said earlier, this cup doesn't mean anything to United. It's a massive deal to us, and we're not just saying that because it's a cup. It's because it's Tottenham Hotspur, and we've had probably one of the worst seasons we've had in a long time. And yeah, obviously it'd be nice for Ange Postecoglou as well. So yeah, it is nice, and yeah, hopefully we can get a decent result for them.
No, exactly. Billy, I'm going to come to you on this one, mate. Where's your sort of head at in the lead up to this game? Because obviously we've had this magical journey on Thursday nights, where Thursday nights we actually look forward to football, and then in between we felt like, oh wait, this has just papered over something. Is the magic still going to keep going by Wednesday night?
I really hope so, man. I feel like this is like, it's probably not an exaggeration to say it's like life or death for us. Like, it just feels like there's two distinct possibilities. Either we're going to be absolutely have the best night of our lives, or the worst. Like, it's between those two dichotomies, and I've no idea which one it's going to be. And it's just crazy to think that so much is riding on this game. But I think even the Champions League final, like, that was, we were a pretty decent outfit back then, and we had a lot going for us. Now we're in the mud so badly that we need something like this to get us out of it. And if we don't, then I really worry about our future. So there's two paths, and it's constantly rotating in my mind 24/7. I can't sleep at the moment. I can't concentrate on my job. I'm a teacher. I got 35-year-olds that I look after every single day. I can't do it at the moment because I'm just constantly thinking about Bilbao. And I'm sorry, officer, but that's the way it is. And I don't know. I'm just constantly going between those two distinct possibilities of either having our best season in my lifetime or our worst, and don't know which one it's going to be. By the way, my phone's on 1%, so if I do die, I love you all, in particular Rachel. Bring that light show to the Tottenham Stadium on Wednesday, and I think we'll win. So thank you, guys. If I do cut out now, I see you again as the Europa League winners.
Bill, you going to Tottenham?
I'm going to Tottenham. Yeah, I'll be there.
Message me.
I will.
That's if he puts his phone on charge by then, so we will see, hopefully. All right, let's jump straight to Rachel. Obviously, Billie T's phone has just died, so thank you very much for coming on, mate, and big up. And I know Rachel will somehow hunt you down at Tottenham on Wednesday night. God help you, and maybe try getting your running shoes on to go down the high road.
He'll hear me before he sees me.
I could be very mean. I'm not going to be.
Come on, give me a big shot.
Fucking run for the hills, Billy. Fucking run for the hills, mate. It'll do you a favour. She'll hunt you down. She'll skin you. She'll kill you. But no, Rach, on a serious note, obviously, would winning the Europa League save our season? Or would it just be great to win a trophy, but it just shows how far we have fallen as a club?
Well, I think we need to win it. I think because of the season we've had, I think that needs to be the players were ruled for us fans for what they've put us through, to be honest. Because, like I said, it's been a shit show. We've been embarrassing. So I think winning the trophy will mean more to us, probably us, than us, the players, because they don't care. Players have said they don't care. If they cared, they would have put time and effort in other matches, but they didn't. So it would mean more to us. Like I said, we ain't won a trophy since 2008 was the last time we won anything. I remember that because my son was one.
Well, we have won the Audi Cup since then.
Oh, I know that.
And the Tiger Cup.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the Tiger Cup. We've got a couple of under-18s and under-21s trophies as well, if that counts.
And Cal and the Premier League as well. The youngsters won the Premier League.
Yeah, the PL2. So at least that was a bonus, to be fair. We did sell most of that squad, though, or they have gone out on loan. So there is that
Have you just seen what David Clark has just put in now?
This is a bit of a fun one. Ian, I'm going to throw this one to you, mate.
Yeah, neither are true. I don't think that's right. The referee was Slovenian or Slovakian who gave it, and VAR confirmed it. Now, I thought that all the officials were from Slovenia, but the referee gave the penalty. I'm going back. I'm as certain as I can be that the referee awarded the penalty, and VAR didn't overturn it.
Well, a bloody penalty.
The other thing about that, David, and David comes on our show quite a bit in the chat, is that the penalty decision was correct under the laws as they stood at the time. I mean, my gripe with, I'm an ex-referee, a lot of you won't know that, is that they keep changing the laws and they keep not improving them. And when you think there have been 3 major decisions that went against Tottenham, where they required to change the laws of the game, was the first one was when, if you remember, Andy Carroll headed the ball against the back of Eric Dyer's arm against Newcastle, and they gave a penalty, changed the laws. The second one was the one at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United, when Lucas Moura was tripped and went A over T. The defender cleared the ball, whacked it into his arm when he was lying on the ground and couldn't see the ball. It rebounded to Harry Kane and put it in. No goal. Game restarted with a goal kick, didn't even restart with a free kick. And then the third one was obviously the Champions League final. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, I know he's been done for match fixing, I presume. They think he's kosher now. I'm not happy that any referee done for match fixing would ever be refereeing again.
I didn't
realise he was done for match fixing.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be allowed. If he's done for match fixing, no, you know what's going to happen now straight away. We all know what's coming.
European refs, the way the UEFA operates is different to how our refs
Daniel
operate.
Levy, he's got a hand in his pocket with all this money he's got.
Yeah. When we played Wolves in the, I think it was the away leg, because the UEFA Cup up until whenever, when we won it in 72 and won it in 84, it was over 2 legs. The referee for Spurs against Wolves at Molineux came from Russia now, or the Soviet Union, somewhere in the Soviet Union anyway.
You're trying to blow my mind.
You explain to me why they bring a referee 2,000 miles to referee a game between 2 English teams. I'm not worried. I'm not going to worry about the referee until I have to worry about the referee. We'll just let him get on and do his job. But I thought
I don't know their job at the moment. Referees are crap.
The standard of refereeing, I say this as an ex-referee, Rach, the standard of refereeing is dangerously deplorable.
Oh,
it's not even that good on the continent. Usually when I'm watching Champions League matches, I'm thinking these referees are an absolute class above.
And then they can try telling us what's offside, what's not offside. And it's like, seriously, no, mate. Go back to get education.
The biggest gripe with refereeing at the moment is VAR has had a lot of input. And I've always said that referee who is there at that match should have the biggest input more than any VAR. Because as good as VAR is at times, it's not consistent enough. Whereas referees aren't always consistent, but they're more consistent because they're there watching the actual match. That's my only gripe with
that. I mean, we could have I could host a whole program, if I'm not hosting tonight, on VAR. I think part of the problem with VAR is that football is so much about opinions, and decisions are about opinions. If you look at it in tennis, is the ball in or out of the court? It's a fact. Hawkeye shows like goal line technology. We never argue about goal line technology. The technology proves yes or no, was it over the line? Even if it's by 2 millimeters, it shows it. No one argues about it. LBW, if you watch cricket, you can watch ball tracking and see where the ball pitches. You've got the snicko to see if it hits the bat, and then it's going on to hit the stumps. We don't argue about that. But
Ian,
football, whether it's a foul or what, we can argue about that all day long.
Good example is like the Crystal Palace Man City FA Cup match when I can't remember Palace's keeper's name, but Henderson. That was a blatant handball, and that's what I'm saying. It's not consistent enough. Whereas I think David Clark just put another comment in the chat about Sissoko's handball in the Champions League final. He was facing away from the ball. That's it. That comment there. So he was facing away from it, but the ball still struck his arm. So I can understand why he would get done for match fixing, because that's not an attempt of handball. Whereas Palace's goalkeeper is outside the box, so the keeper should have been sent off, or at least yellow carded, or whatever.
Yeah, just let me take both of those points, Travis. All I'll say to you, David, is that was the law at the time. I'm not agreeing with it. I don't agree. I've never agreed with the constant changes to the handball law. The handball, and I will tell you, people that David, you're old enough to remember Keith Hackett. He actually remembered. He actually refereed both legs of both games in the FA Cup final of 1981 against Manchester City. And Glenn Turner, Mark Halsey, people I follow on Twitter, a couple of them follow me back, saying that the VAR decision was correct, that there wasn't sufficient evidence that it was a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Remember, intentional handball by the goalkeeper outside of the penalty area isn't a red card offence in itself. It should be a yellow card offence, or red if it's a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Three of them don't think it was. I mean, my reaction was it was, because I think Haaland gets a clear shot on goal if it's not for the intervention of Henderson.
Yeah, spot on.
But that makes my point about it being about opinions, not about facts.
Yeah.
And there's your problem with VAR. It's so many different opinions rather than provable facts. Who's Goldbridge? I don't know.
He's a United bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We should tell Harry. We should try and get him to come on next week.
No, we don't really want that. I think there'd be more swear words than what there is at the moment. To be honest with you.
Rachel's having a rave again. Woohoo! Let's go, guys!
Yeah, if you want a ticket to Rachel's rave, it's literally minus a £5. She'll give you a £5 to go over to her house and replace the electrics in it. So,
keep them on, Rach. Keep them on.
Right. So, Ian, thank you very much for your insight on that, mate. So, we are hoping that the VAR and the refereeing is going to be a much better standard, as we hope in finals, to say the least. But one of my main faults with this game has to be, it comes back to it again. Will this save Spurs' season? And I know that Rach said about it. I know that Ian said about it. So, Trav, I'm going to come over to you on that one again, mate. Obviously, it's been a tough year, hasn't it? And we've had ups and downs. We've had some great wins in the Premier League, but they're few and far between. Would this save our season, or would it just be papering over the cracks for another year?
I think what's hard for me is I don't think it'll be paving over the cracks. I think this is going to be absolutely massive if we win the European trophy. I think what's hard for me, like my dad, he's been Spurs for over 60 years. He's been a season ticket holder, and he's a bit like Ian. He's been there to the.
Been there, seen it, done it.
Been there, seen it, done it. So he can see it probably from the same perspective to what Ian can. But what's hard for me is if Ange Postecoglou wins this trophy, he's already said he could potentially just leave the club. But then if we get another manager, I don't know who that would be. I don't know realistically who would want to come to Tottenham at the moment. And that's not me being spiteful or anything like that. I just don't know what sort of calibre of manager we would get managing Tottenham Hotspur at the moment if Ange goes. And then he doesn't win anything, or we end up in the same predicament we're in now with a different manager. We could be turning around in a year's time. We're saying, well, Ange Postecoglou won us a trophy. Ange Postecoglou was brilliant. He wasn't, but that's the way it could go, you know. And yeah, I think for me, being the Tottenham fan that I am through the for my whole life, from family and stuff like that, it's going to be massive. It's going to be absolutely huge, and I'll be able to see past of what this season has been like if we win that trophy. Yes, it's been a bad season. I don't think it all ultimately falls on Ange. I think a lot of it, as I said before, is to do with the ownership and the transfers. You know, the list is endless. But I think this could be a real massive thing for the club and real Tottenham supporters.
No, that's definitely fair, mate. And Ian, do you want to come in on that one quickly,
Yeah,
mate?
I do, because this squad, this team is not 17th in the league. I mean, it's just nowhere near. Yes, you can blame injuries. Can't get away from the fact that some of the tactics have been a little bit off the wall from Ange. I think my criticism, of Ange is, I suppose, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing that isn't working. And the number of goals we concede when, there is that big gap. I'm you talking with my hands here, but 2 passes and there's suddenly a huge gap between the midfield and the defence that the opposition are able to exploit. I mean, if you watched Crystal Palace, both against Aston Villa and against Manchester City, two teams that are really excellent with the ball passing teams. Glasner plays with 5 at the back when he hasn't got the ball, 3 at the back when he has. There's a very tight line. In fact, that's how you always play Pep teams, in my view. You have a very small gap between the defence and the midfield, however many you've got. So you don't give their players the space to exploit, because he always plays with good ball playing midfield players, whether Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Rodri, or whatever. He's always got players like that like to exploit those kind of spaces. So you deprive him of that. I mean, Glasner to me had Pep on toast on Saturday. Yeah, they might have had a bit of luck with Henderson and what have you. My own view is it was a red card offence. So picking up David in the chat, I mean, I agree it was a red card offence, but I'm just saying other people, professional referees don't necessarily agree with that. But so they got the luck, and Henderson made a couple of fantastic saves. But they restricted City. They restricted City really well, and we don't see that pragmatism from Ange. This is who we are, mate. This is how we play. And when it's good, it's very, very good. But when it's bad, it's rotten. And
it's not enough, is it?
Seems to find something tactically in the Europa League. The away performance at Frankfurt was fabulous. I don't know, it was one of my own shows or one of Scarfey's, where I said I never thought for a minute when we were playing when we were playing against Bodo that they were going to score 3 goals. Just never got that impression. And we were rock solid. I think with the back 5 that he will inevitably play of Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Udogie. We don't concede that many with them.
Ian, quick question: Would you play Udogie over Jed Spence?
Oh, absolutely. In this, absolutely. I don't think Spence's form has been that good, but I think it's one of those ones where the sum of the total is greater than the sum of the individual parts. And when that 5 play together, our success rate, we've won something like 80% of the games with him in the team. I mean, it's ridiculous. So 100%, I would be starting with Udogie over Spence. 100%.
Well, that leads us quite nicely into sort of everyone's preferred lineup. I mean, once Rachel's finished fixing her toilet seat that she pulled off, I'm going to end up dead in a wheelie bin by this time of the final, aren't I? It looks like there's a couple of hinges missing off of there.
It's my ring light is broke. I've got to get the husband to come and put it back on because it's come off. Stupid thing.
I'm sorry. Trav, you've got bright red the same as me, mate. You got bright fucking red. I am sorry, Rach. I am
You're all right.
sorry.
Yeah, that's why I like coming on here because it's fun.
Yeah,
And you
that-
take it, I give it, you take it, and it's good. It's full banter.
yeah,
I love it.
we have no PG ratings on here for the next couple of weeks.
It's the light. It's the light. My pupils are going.
It's like you're on
I'll sit
LSD.
in-
It's like
Next
fucking
week, I'll go
LSD
sit in the
trip, ain't
front
it?
room. Next week, just for you, I'll go and sit in the front room.
Oh, there we go. David Clark, your toilet matches Spurs' squad, bog standard. There we go. Oh,
Thanks for your
fucking hell.
comment for us, mate.
Oh, right. Let's go. Well, actually, I want to preview United first, because obviously, based on what you guys said earlier, potentially they might have Xerxes back, they might have Euro back, and a few others. They did lose to Chelsea at the weekend as well. So, Trav, I'll come to you on this one. United will most likely play a back five, won't they? Or at least a back three. So probably 3-4-2-1 as their chosen formation. So what do you think is the most likely lineup from them to start with?
Obviously, it'll be Onana in goal, and then I think it'll be. I think it'll play Harry Maguire, Martinez, Euro. I think Euro is a defender, isn't he? I think he's a
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah. Euro, Dallo, and I'm trying to think who else it'd be. So that'd be somewhat of their defence. Their defence, I'm not too worried about. It's the battle. I think it's going to be the battle of the midfield. I think, with obviously Bergvall out, James Maddison potentially out, Kulusevski out. So I think that's where the main battle's going to be. Obviously, with them having Fernandes, Mason Mount if he plays, Garnacho, and obviously they'll go with Højlund up front. But I think the main battle is going to come from the midfield. So I think they're going to know exactly where we are slacking and what sort of injuries we've got within the midfield. So I think we are going to struggle in that sense. So I know we'll probably have Bentancur, Sarr. I would start Sarr over Basuma personally, and I'm trying to think who else there would be. Who else would be who else in the midfield?
You're probably going to have Casemiro, Ugarte, people
Casemiro,
like that.
yeah. So yeah, their midfield is going to be a lot more better than what ours is going to be. But I think that's where the main battle is going to come from. To be fair, is that midfield, what they're going to target. But yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting.
No, that's definitely fair. Who do you think they'll go with up front? Do you think they'll go Ahmad, Garnacho, Højlund?
I think they'll probably go Garnacho and Højlund. I think they'll leave Ahmad on the bench. I think, and he'll come on as a sub quite early on. I think maybe after the start the second half.
Okay, no, that's fair. Ian, do you have the same sort of thoughts as Trav in terms of them lineups, or do you think?
Yeah, I think that's probably right. Everything you said. I have been distracted there because I've got Lucas Bergvall deemed fit to play in the final. How many minutes he will play will be decided after tomorrow's session. Now, that's what I'm reading from the source on Twitter. That would be massive if he were fit. Absolutely massive if he were fit for us.
What's that on, Ian? Is that on the ITK?
Is it on the what? Sorry.
Is that on the ITK? Is that?
Oh yeah.
up?
Well, it's the source is one of the ITKs. Yeah, football. Yeah, I mean he's generally pretty reliable, or she might be a she for all I know.
Because I know there's one.
Reliable.
There's one called the Goat on there, and he's normally spot on.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I don't think I use the Goat, but well, look, let's see. I don't know. I think even if he was sitting on the bench, was able to play a role. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that their lineup will be much different to what Travis says. I look at that lineup, and I've looked at Man United lineups before. This isn't one that scares me. All right, you think Casemiro's due a good game at some point. Hoyland's due a good game at some point. But they just never seem to deliver it. There's only two players that really scare me for them. One is Fernandez, because he's a bloody good player. And funnily enough, the other one is Maguire. Although I think
from
we
set
can get
pieces
to him at the back. He's got such presence on set pieces in the air. And he just keeps scoring goals. People say, "Oh, we're 2-1 up, 2-1 up with 5 minutes to go," and they stick Maguire at centre forward. He's going to give you trouble. Although I suppose we've got the option of doing what we did in Frankfurt, bringing on Danso, and saying to Danso, just mark it, just keep him out. I think man for man, we're better than them. I think it was an interesting tactic for him to play a full squad against Chelsea. I'm not quite sure what the thinking was there. Does he think they need more cohesion, just more time to put tactical stuff into practice? I mean, they've still got 5 days to recover. It's not exactly a problem, and there's always the danger our players have gone a bit ring rusty for not playing for 2 weeks. But I think the Romeros and the Van de Vens and what have you will benefit greatly from not playing.
No, that's definitely fair. Rach, if you fixed your toilet seat,
I'm going with what Travis said, to be honest. Yeah.
Where do you think United's weaknesses are that we can get out then?
The defence.
Okay.
I think their goalkeeper, because I don't think he's that good.
No, I mean, he has had a Champions League final and he didn't really inspire confidence in that, did he? So...
No, I just think if we, like I said, we go out there with the right frame of mind and our defenders, like Romero, he don't put silly tackle to that he could get sent off, because he does things like that, doesn't he? He does stupid things. And I think I'm a little partly confident that we can. And I didn't hear that last week from me.
No, you are a lot more positive this week, to be fair. So I will give it to you, Rach. And I mean, Spurs and United seasons have pretty much been the same narrative, haven't they? It's that we've both had big results against teams that we shouldn't have done, but we've just played piss poor against everyone else.
I've had rows on TikTok with Man United fans. We're going to whoop you. I was like, you can't say that when you're only one. We're only one above you or below you. So don't give me that. I was like, you're crap. I went, if it weren't for the bottom 3, we'd be relegated. I went, and you'd be coming with us. I went, so you can't sit there and say that you're going to beat us because you're not Fergie anymore.
No, exactly. That's a very fair and valid point, to be honest. And I mean, both clubs have had a torrid season in the Premier League. We've both done pretty poorly in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well, respectively. So I think let's go to Bilbao from a Spurs point of view then. And Trav,
I am going to Bilbao, Kallum. I am. I don't want to
Spurs are on their way to Bilbao.
Ian, until I see you outside that stadium, I am not believing you. And it has to be the Bilbao Stadium, not just some random stadium in Scotland or Spain that you just put a Bilbao logo just on a door for and all that.
I'll put it on Harry's chat thing.
No, mate, I envy you tenfold for getting them tickets and all that. So I know I take the piss, but I am jealous.
No,
and all that.
I'm over the moon. I didn't think there was a chance, and just suddenly it all just came together tonight.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, God knows where you've got this contact from. I'm sure that someone will hunt you down and all that from whatever country that you got them from.
There are 2 dead Spurs supporters that weren't dead at 6:30 this evening.
Yeah, they've just been taken out by God knows what international spy agency to get you your bloody tickets. But no, Ian, I'm going to stick with you. I think from Spurs' point of view, this is the biggest thing we've had in the last 6-7 years, isn't it? Since the Champions League final. So, what's your preferred lineup to make us do the business? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously we're losing Kulusevski as well as Maddison is a problem. But I think that back five, and I think David has put a thing in the chat about our record with that. So I just don't think there's a. I hear what Travis says about Spence, but I don't think there's an case for not playing Vicario, as I said before, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie. That's the start. I think he then starts with Biss and Bentancur because they've actually shielded quite well. There's a debate about I think who plays in the more advanced role, but I'm going up front. I'm not sure I would be starting with Sonny as yet. I'm not sure he's that fit. So I'd probably start with Richarlison, Solanke and Johnson. And then it just depends on what he's thinking. There was a lot of talk about Mikey Moore playing in the 10. He's got so much ability. Personally, I'm not sure he's ready for that kind of game. Although we've seen it, you unleash a kid into a game like that and all of a sudden they show exactly what they can do. Odebear as well. And I didn't see the game, but I heard he did okay on Friday night. I don't know how true or not that is.
He was all right for a bit, but kind of faded in and out.
And that's maybe the trouble where we are all right for a bit. I got a suspicion at the beginning he might go with Sarr to start the game, and I don't think that gives us enough creativity. But I don't think he'll want to be out of the cup final before he's in it. And I still think there's enough. Sarr's got ability driving forward. I think if he's got Bentancur and Basuma behind him, he could cause some problems there if he's given license to really drive forward. He's got a good engine. He's got a good turn of pace. He's got good upper body strength. Yeah, I mean, that's probably where I would go, assuming there's no surprise that, Maddison's had a new leg stuck on and is fit to play, or Bergvall is going to play and we didn't have any idea. I think that's what I would go with. I'd probably go with to start off with Sarr, Bissouma, Bentancur and Richarlison, Solanke and Johnson. That would be how I think we'll start.
No, that's fair, mate. So you're going to go a flat back four with two deeper midfield, Sarr being the more advanced out of the midfield three, and then a front three on that.
I think so. I mean, look, there is a case. I mean, a big case for playing Danso and matching them man for man and going with the three. And Lucky did a little bit against Bodo at home.
Yeah, it was Frankfurt as well, wasn't it?
He got Bissouma and Bentancur to hold rather than this driving forward and really unleash the fullbacks to get at them. I mean, he could spring a surprise like that, but it's obviously risky to start changing tactics and formations, for a game like this at the end of a season. So, no, look, I've picked my team. There's all kinds of variations, all kinds of ways he could divvy it up, but that's the team I think he'll go with his 4-3-3 and go with that 11. That's my view.
No, that's fair, mate. Right, Trav, I'm going to come to you because at the moment Rachel's in her kitchen having dinner, so I think it's only fair to get your like. Okay, that was very loud in my ear then. So thanks for that, Rach. Trav, so what's your preferred lineup for this one, mate?
I just want to ask something about Sonny. I understand why Ian wouldn't start him, but I would start him Wednesday night purely the fact where I saw an improvement against Aston Villa the other night where he was taking on the defender. We haven't seen that for months from Sonny, taking on his defender. And he was doing it a lot more against Villa. So if he can stick with that and bring it into the game on Wednesday, then that's why I would start Sonny. Other than that, it would be Tell. And I'd play Tell for many reasons, i.e. he's played in winning teams. and he's got that winning mentality. And I think he could lead. I know he's not a captain, but I think he could have a lot of input in leading the team forward and having that constructive help from him, really. But my starting 11 would be. Did you ask my starting 11? Sorry, Cal.
Yeah, I did, mate.
Starting 11. So it'd be obviously Vicario. Then I'd have Udogie. Part of me wants to start Shed Spence, but probably better see him on the bench. Obviously, with Udogie being the more chosen defender. Udogie, Van der Ven, again Romero and Danso. I'm very stuck between the two because I thought Danso had a really good game against Villa the other day. I think he's an absolute solid defender. And I'm really glad we nicked him. But yeah, it'd be Romero and then Pedro Porro. My midfield would be, if Bergvall is fit, I think it'd be probably quite hard to put him in the starting 11. But I think it'd be Bentancur, Sarr, Brennan Johnson. Sorry, Bentancur, Sarr, and I'll say Basuma. I'm a bit on the fence with Basuma at the moment. And then it would be Brennan Johnson, Solanke, and between Tel and Sonny.
No, that's fair. I think there's a valid argument to Tell either starting or even coming on as a very good impact sub because he has made decent appearances off the bench as well. So no, I definitely agree with you. There's a valid option to both.
It's a tough one, isn't it, really?
Well, if you'd play Sonny, is that like what Pochettino did with Kane and all that in the Champions League final? Is it another rerun of that, throwing someone
exactly
in?
What I said. I went, hey, you can't play. Like, Harry Kane shouldn't have played. So, to me, Sonny shouldn't be playing. But I guaranteed you he'd be thrown in the deep end like Harry Kane was.
Well, Rach, I'm gonna throw you in at the deep end. What's your lineup?
Well, what Travis just said is exactly what my husband just said. So it's exactly because we're both Tottenham, and yeah, I just don't think not Son. I think he should come on and if we really need him. To be honest, I don't think he should. He's not been good enough. So someone put in the group on Friday. I don't know who it was. I've been like, it was like, oh, we've got our Sonny back, and I was like, what? I was like, I don't know who that was. I was like, no, we haven't. I was like, where's he been all season then? Wow. But yeah, again, first half, poor. No, pretty much what the team that Travis has said.
No, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, you could take the option of maybe playing Johnson as a 10. There is the option of that. Sonny could play through the middle off of Solanke as an option. There's all these different sort of hypotheticals we could come up with. And to be honest, we've all played different games. We've all watched different games of football as well. And anything that one person will say won't be the same as another person's opinion, will it?
Football.
Exactly. And to be honest,
if you agreed on the same thing, then it'd be pointless sitting here talking about it because then it's just like pointless.
No, exactly. And I mean, we all have to remember this is such a big thing for us this week, and that's why we're all here talking. And a lot of our friends and our co-hosts and our colleagues and other Spurs fans all out in Bilbao now. And I mean, what we've seen from the team bus, the amount of people that have turned up as well has been great. Spurs have turned up 2 days early, probably because we thought the final was tonight instead of Wednesday. That'd be a typical one from us to do it for that. But no, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, hands down. And I can't wait.
I just wouldn't want to be Daniel Levy if we lose this final. I think he's going to get absolutely destroyed more than what he already is if we lose this final.
I think
I can't say what I want to say on here, so let's not talk about Daniel Levy if we lose.
Well, yeah, you can message the group afterwards, Rach, and we can try and see if we can maybe release a tweet with it with a lot of asterisks in and a lot of monetization. But no, it's one of them where if we do get through and we do it, then our reality becomes that we are European champions in the Europa League. It's not the Champions League. It's not the top level, but it's
big enough
something
for us
different.
at the moment.
I do not agree with what David has just put in that chat.
Yeah, tell Nodabera boys playing in a man's game. It's a final, and it's
But that
time
means
for
the whole
men.
Tottenham, the whole team has been little boys this season. Then, so none of them deserve to play in a final. How you can say that about two players when has every single player turned up for us? No, they haven't. So they're all boys. No, I don't agree with that. That's one thing I won't agree with.
I think it's a valid point from both sides, and obviously a lot of the youngsters have stepped up for us this season. They've been the shining lights in a pile of dog shit. Yeah.
But literally, he hasn't been playing in his right position, but he has turned up for how old he is. He has done his best.
Was he 19 in there? I think Archie Gray, is he 19?
18.
18-year-old.
Yeah, and he's been solid. He's been really good.
Yeah, and so to me, anything, let Archie Gray go and play. Let Archie Gray get on the pitch. If you have anyone, if I have to choose, Archie Gray, go on. Mickey Moore, go on. Play. He's talking about boys. Then go on then.
Ian, we thought that Ian, we thought that drone strike had finally got you, mate.
No. I'm gonna have to go though because I hate to be nasty here, but I need to finish packing a bag.
You need to go and catch a flight, don't you?
I need to go catch a flight. Yeah.
Take lots of photos.
Need to make sure I've got some changes of clothes and stuff like that. So
this is when you say you're flying to Alicante or Bilbao, and this is when you turn up in Pyongyang or something like that, and we can see a picture of you going through North Korean customs, and Ian's been arrested.
If Sonny misses another one-on-one, he's going to Pyongyang. I'm telling you.
Well, let's put it this way: I think you should go and fly to Pyongyang and wear your Sonny shirt and see how that goes down. Let's put it that way.
Can you? Hey, and shall I tell the little rocket man from you when I get there?
Oh, please do. Please do tell him that I love his haircut and I aspire to be him. It'd be wonderful.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna knock off here because I need to go and finish packing and what have you. I got a bit delayed.
On the way to Bilbao. Tottenham's gonna do.
No, so Ian's on his way to Bilbao.
Oh yeah, Ian's on his way to Bilbao.
There we go. Solved that one. There we go.
I will send pictures. Yeah,
and have the best time, mate. I am very jealous, but honestly, have the best time,
I'm sure,
mate.
Travis. Yeah. All right. So look, really, all of you guys.
So polite.
Been a pleasure. We're all hyper. We haven't actually got much to say, really. We'll have a lot more to say on Thursday, but let's.
We're not all hanging.
Let's bring this cup home.
No. Exactly, Ian. Exactly, mate. So it has been a pleasure having you tonight, mate, and thank you very much for all of your views.
Always a pleasure, all of you. All right, so take care, everybody.
Take care, Ian.
Take care, mate. See you later.
Guys.
Can't you, Spurs?
What a legend.
Right, and now there was free. So obviously, if anyone wants to go and check out Ian's stuff, go and check out Spurs Die Hards and everything like that. I did try and get that in, but before Ian did go, so I couldn't get in edgeways because I had someone singing. It was I did try and put them on mute. Somehow they got unmuted. So
I didn't unmute myself.
Ian's quality. He's such a lovely. I've only met him a couple of times, but what a lovely bloke.
And no, he's a brilliant guy. And to be honest, we're all on a high. We're all, even after Aston Villa, we're not negative. We're quite level-headed, but we are there. So I think that in terms of, I think I'll throw my lineup out there. I'd go the same back five as everyone else. If Bergvall is available, I would say I'd probably go Basuma, Bentancur, and Bergvall, and I'd probably have to go Ritchie, Solanke, Johnson, I think, as that. And hopefully we've got enough options off the bench. We've got Jed, we've got Danso, we'll have hopefully Sonny, we'll have apparently we're all flat earthers. You never know. Might be there, might not be. But we shall see. But no, I definitely think that we've got to take our chances. United are as piss poor as us. We're as piss poor as them, but we've just got to be a little bit as less piss poor from that way. That is my brilliant insight. Now that Ian's gone, I can't match up to that on that one. But let's get some predictions. So, Trav, what are you going for on this one, mate, as a final scoreline? And will it be over in 90 minutes?
I think it'll be over in 90 minutes. And I'm going 3-2 Spurs. And
Scorers? Who's going to score?
Scorers are going to be Mickey van der Ven.
Yep.
Pedro Porro. I think he's going to score a 30-yard screamer. And I think, do you know what? As bad as
who's getting the winner?
As bad as he's been, and he really does lack confidence, and I really, really feel for the bloke because I do like him. Richarlison's going to get the winner.
Ooh.
He's going to do a Woodgate.
Yeah.
When we won the cup in 2008.
Yeah, he's going to do a Johnny Woodgate. Yeah. Yeah.
And who are you going for? The scorers are United as well, mate.
United, I'm going to go.
Garnacho's
going to get one, and Bruno Fernandes with a. I think they're going to get a penalty. I think they're going to get a really bad decided penalty because that's just United all over.
Yeah, no, Bruno's got to at least get one of them, hasn't he? That's fair. Rach, same to you. Is it going to? What's your prediction, and is it going to be over in the 90? And who are your scorers, please?
I think we're going to win 2-1. I think that Solanke, and I'm going with Brendan Johnson, and I think Bruno Fernandes will score for him with what he just said at the penalty, a fluky penalty, and it'll be over in 90 minutes.
Over in 90? Okie dokie, no, that's fair. David Clark's gone 3-2 Spurs, added extra time, Solanke, Romero, and Sonny getting the winner. I mean, if Sonny did get the winner, that'd be some sort of nostalgia, wouldn't it? That would be like, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the interviews he's done like the last week or so, saying he stayed at Spurs to win. He believed in everything that he did. He's so happy at the club. I mean, it would kind of be, it would be cruel. Yeah, well, it'd be a nice farewell, but it'd also be cruel on him if we didn't.
Do you think he's going to leave him? Do you think Sonny's going to go?
I've heard there is chances that he could go because of his age and because of the sort of situation with his contract as well. His contract wasn't extended. Well, an option was undertaken. It wasn't renewed. It was just an option that was extended for another year. The same that has happened with Ben Davies as well. So all the club has done is they've just extended the options for them. The only new
Ben Davies I can sort of understand because I think he's kind of past his sell-by date now. I think he has been a very good servant to the club. I think he has been really good. But the thing with Sonny, South Koreans are the most what's the words? Loyal, reliable, committed people on this planet. They really are, and that's not just footballers. That's all of them. They're just so committed and just nice people.
I said to my husband this morning, I went, wouldn't that be crazy? Like, Harry Kane's left. He's going to win a trophy. We go and win a trophy.
Yeah, but remember, Eric Dyer left us as well, and he won a trophy.
Don't get me started on Eric Dyer, please.
Well, we can do. We can keep going for another hour if we want to, but I don't
I
think.
need
I've got to
longer.
get back on my TikTok.
I need longer than an hour with Eric Dyer. Jesus.
Well, I'm allowing you,
Ask Harry.
Rach. I'm allowing your other half enough time to fix your toilet seat for TikTok and all that, and then you can go back on it. Jay has gone for 3-2. He's gone Van der Ven, Son, and Solanke to get the winner, and for United, Fernandez and Slabhead to score as well, which is very fair. I think it's going to be a close run affair. I think it's either going to be a 3-2 or a 2-1. I've obviously got to back Spurs on that. And I think that most likely, Trav, you've gone right with Porro scoring. I think it could be Solanke or Son. And I feel Brennan Johnson's got a part to play in this because he has played quite a big part in the Europa League follow-up.
Maybe, I reckon he'll get an assist. Yeah.
I think even Odebear or Tell might get an assist in this. I don't think they've got it in them to be the match winners, but I think there is options for that. But I mean, we're all excited. We all know that we will either be this. Well, we will be about 60 minutes into the game in 2 days' time, won't we, at this time? And it will just be after half time, and we'll be hoping that Spurs are 2-1 up or 2-0 up, and that we're thinking we're plain sailing, and then United will get that penalty, and then it'll be squeaky bum time.
It'll be like that. We'll be all hiding under sofas.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if you shave Trav's head, he looks like me. So, I mean, Trav might literally have no hair after this game, and that's what could happen, Trav. If you get that nervous, mate, and we all start, the drink kicks in, the anxiety kick in, and everything starts going wrong, that's when the Clippers come out. Daniel Levy, you've done this to me.
Listen,
What's going on?
I've got grey hands already from watching Tottenham, let alone watching the fucking.
I know, I dyed my hair black.
Oh, but no, I mean, it just feels like we have so much to go for now, don't we? And this could go for it. But there's one question that I haven't actually asked you guys tonight, and I should have asked the other guys as well. But if we win the Europa League, does this save Ange Postecoglou's job?
Can't. He's got to go no matter what.
Does he get a trophy?
One defeat, wouldn't it?
Does he get a trophy then if he wins this? Or, well, not a trophy, a statue if he wins it?
No. Harry Kane should get a statue. He's got a bloody... Him and Ledley King, they've got a mural on the wall down by one of the... I can't think where it is now. What
down by the chicken, one of the chicken shops.
Yeah, Chick King, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, I love that shop.
It's quality, to be fair. It is quality. It sums up Tottenham High Road and Tottenham
High Road. It's such a. I don't get up there as much as what I'd like to. I'd love to go more. It's just it's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's some money. Like I said, I used to be a season ticket holder, and I had to give it up because it was just too much money.
Yeah, it is. I'd love to go more. I've done the Skywalk a couple of years ago. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've done that with my daughter.
Yeah,
that's just before I started really hating on Levy.
Yeah. See, that's where like I used to buy a lot of Spurs merchandise, like jackets and tracksuits and stuff like that. But ever since the club has been in the mud all season, I haven't even bothered. To be fair.
No, to be fair, I walked past the Spurs shop in Harlow yesterday, and I just walked past it. That's the problem. I mean, I would like, if we are going to get rid of Ange, we should just clean house and start fresh, because that's the problem that we've had for all of these. It's been consistent people staying on. Mason, Matt Wells, Rob Birch, Nathan Gardner, all of that. Fucking Daniel Levy's brother-in-law, who's the fucking
I don't understand.
team commercial officer, the team communication officer, which is
he shouldn't even be allowed. It's disgusting.
What's he doing in Arlo anyway, Cal?
I literally live about 20 minutes up the road. I had to take the missus shopping.
Oh, all right.
I didn't go out of choice.
He's dragged out.
I just value my life. Let's put that way. But we did go Miller and Carter, and they've got a new Yeah, they do have a new beef brisket mac and cheese, which is nice. But I did have a 20-ounce T-bone steak as well. So
I've got a guilty pleasure for Miller and Carter, so I'll bear that one in mind, Cal.
mate, it's worth it. It's so worth it. But no, I mean, walking past the shop, it was like it was so difficult. And
Love you, leave you guys.
Rach, it's been a pleasure, love. So where can everyone find your content
Hi
on
guys,
here?
you can find me on TikTok, ADHD Spurs Rach. I am live daily, and I will be live tomorrow and Wednesday to the build up for Tottenham final. So come on, you Spurs, and all the fans that's got out there. Let's do this. Let's do it. Come on, you Spurs.
Nice one, Roach.
Big
I'll
up,
see you
Rach.
soon.
See you later, love. Take care.
See you soon. Bye bye now.
Love you. Bye. And now there were two.
Bless her.
Oh, exactly. But no, don't forget to like and subscribe to all of Rachel's content. She will be doing live build-ups to the game, and I'm sure we'll be getting some crazy shorts from her from around and on the way to the Tottenham Stadium on Wednesday night. So that should be fun and interesting for the Scarfey Spurs Talk crowd as well. But no, I mean, it's so difficult, ain't it, mate? Because I think David is completely right. We do hold on to stuff that's sentimental, and I think a lot of Spurs fans will say that he has won a trophy, it would be sentimental to hold on to him as well. But I think there's a valid point to both arguments. Yes, he has had a really bad turgid season, but he has still won something. And does that mean we've had a better season than Arsenal, for example, as well?
Yeah, I think it does personally, because, you know, I'm not saying this because I despise the club, but we could potentially win a trophy. They haven't won anything. I know they finished higher in the table, but they haven't won anything for a long time. So yeah, for me, I think we have had a better season than Arsenal, if you look at it that way, anyway.
No, exactly, mate, exactly. But no, I think I definitely back your view that if we do win the Europa League trophy, it'd be nice for Ange to have said, yes, he's won it with Spurs. He did win something in the second season, but I think that the common sense side to me says that there is much bigger problems in Spurs and we probably need to move on. But who we get, I haven't the fucking foggiest. Let's put it that way.
I think to move on as well, Cal, I think we need new owners, and we need, as you say, a whole new backroom staff, new manager, and everything, medical staff, and just start again. Where that will come from, I don't know, but hopefully it's better than how I felt about Ange Postecoglou when he first comes to the club. Obviously, coming from a different league, and obviously no one had even really heard of him. So yeah, as much as I'd love Poch back because of how he made me feel as a Tottenham fan when he was at Tottenham, barring not winning anything, I would have Poch back in a heartbeat. But there's a lot more, as we know, in the bigger picture to see exactly where we need to be as a club going forward, both inside and outside the club.
No, exactly, mate. You're completely correct, and I think that if we do win this is a stepping stone to go on to the next, to build on this, because they say that once you get that first trophy, hopefully it springboards you to something else. And we are Spurs fans. We can be delusional. We do have hopes of grandeur every single year, and it does usually fall down. But I'm hoping, and I'm so hoping that this year could actually be our year, couldn't it? And we could be one of the European champions. I know Europa League champions. It's not as big as the Champions League, but it is a start. I think Liverpool won the Europa League before they won the Champions League, didn't they? As well. So we have to take inspiration from other teams of how they've done it.
Do you qualify for Champions League now if you win Europa? Am I right in saying that?
Yes, if we win it, we get Champions League. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's a deal breaker for Levy, really, isn't it? If he sees us win Europa, then I think he needs to. I would say it every year, and I'm not the only Tottenham fan that says it, but he really needs to now either stick with Ange build around him and build a proper squad to know that we're going to go into the Champions League. That is going to be harder. But that's the way he needs to look at it. Will he? I don't know. I've lost a lot of hope with Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis and Enoch, but yeah, we shall see.
No, exactly, mate. And I think that is a good point to end on, because we're up to just under an hour and a half on here, and I don't want the hope to rub off on a Monday night before we actually get to the game. But obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe to all of Harry's content. Myself, Trav, and all the guys are helping him and covering him while he's doing his GCSEs. So good luck to you on that one, mate. But Trav, it's been a fun one tonight. It's been an interesting one, ain't it, as well, mate? So where can everyone find your content? And thanks for coming on tonight.
Yes, it's been absolutely brilliant to be back on tonight again, Kallum. Thank you so much for having me back on. I just want to do a little shout out for Harry as well. Obviously, I know who is currently doing his GCSEs. You're a credit to yourself, Harry, and the work you do for autism and neurodiversity, and just who you are in general. Really, you're a real credit to yourself. So yeah, keep up the good work, and looking forward to having you back on. You can find me at Official Caster on Twitter, or X, whatever it's called nowadays. I am also on LinkedIn, where I do a lot of charity work and work for men's mental health, to which I'm planning on doing a podcast, hopefully in the next couple of months, if I can get the planning right and what I want it to entail, etc. So yeah, looking forward to getting that and the ball rolling with that, and having some good people on.
No, it's been a pleasure, mate. And obviously, big support to you as always from the channel. And I know all of our co-hosts and mates will all be there to help you out one way or another with that going forward. But obviously, thank you very much to everyone in the chat. It's been great having a load of regulars, a load of different people as well. David Clark, pleasure as always. Jay, pleasure. Spotlight on Spurs. We've had Dodo in the chat tonight as well. The Loyal Royal as well. Footy Guian as well. I know Harry sent a message saying as well, apologies for being late. That was on myself. But yeah, obviously, big up to Spotlight on Spurs as well. I was on their channel a couple of weeks back. Very, very good, and another good podcast to go and support. But obviously, I'm hoping that within the next 15 minutes in 2 days' time that we'll be approaching full time and Spurs will be Europa League finalists and we will be the winners of that. I am delusional. I am. Oh, there we go as well. Big up to David Clark. One of his sons is playing at Leicester City's King Power for a very good heart charity as well. And his grandson's a mascot. So go and give your support out there as well. David, if there is a way for us to watch the game or anything like that, even if it is a charity game, send us a link on either in our DMs and all that. I'm sure me and Trav would be able to give you some support on that as well, mate. But no,
100%.
Pleasure on that one. But yeah, so I'm hoping by this time that we will be approaching full-time whistle. We will be European or Europa League champions. We will be delusional. I'll be drunk. I'll be comatose on the floor in the front room. I'd have had a lovely takeaway, and I will be turning up late to work on Thursday morning if I even get out of bed. But nah, we love to hope, and it is that time again where we hope and dream and we can be delusional Spurs fans again. But Trav, thanks very much for tonight, mate. Pleasure as always. You can find Rachael, Ian and Billie T on X, on TikTok, on all their stuff. You can go and like and subscribe to Harry's content as well, so don't forget to do that. You can find me at Kallum Stubbs 97 on X, on Park Lane Podcast and Scarfey Spurs Talks. There won't be a Premier League show this week because we will be all watching the game in some capacity or another. So there most likely will be one next week covering the game weeks. But as always, thank you very much. And come on, you Spurs.